The Wizards-Raptors first-round playoff series has evolved to feature the emergence of several players who started off slowly, including Bradley Beal, Marcin, Gortat, and Kelly Oubre Jr. The opposite has happened for Toronto big man Serge Ibaka. After Ibaka lit up the Wizards for 23 points, 12 rebounds and 2 blocks in Game 1, there has been a disappearance. His scoring has gone missing, and it's a big reason why the Wizards have won 2 straight games and earned a 2-2 series split. Head coach Scott Brooks knows Ibaka well from their days in Oklahoma City. He helped develop Ibaka and has since watched from afar as his game has changed to include a consistent outside game. Brooks has on several occasions referred to Ibaka as one of the best three-point shooting big men in the league. The numbers back that up. Last season, he shot 39.1% from 3 on 4.0 attempts per game, excellent for a 6'10" power forward. This season that number dipped to 36%, but he hit 41% of his threes in his final 16 games of the regular season. That carried over into the playoffs when he went 3 for 4 in Game 1 as part of an 8 for 11 shooting night overall. The Wizards made a point to take away those outside shots following their series opening defeat. The way they are doing that is by crowding him when he gets the ball, even if it means him getting past the initial defender. You want to make sure you meet him on the catch. You want to take away his shot, Brooks said. When he gets open shots, they're money. He's going to knock them down. We did a good job of meeting him on his catch and making him put the ball on the floor with his left hand. You can live with the results. After his 23-point outburst in Game 1, Ibaka has scored just 20 points total in the last 3 games. He has gone 2 for 6 from 3. The Wizards are taking away his shot attempts in general. He took 11 shots in each of the first 2 games of this series, but just 4 in Game 3 and 5 in Game 4. In Game 3 he had 3 points and 3 turnovers, and on Sunday, he had 7 points and 4 turnovers. Here are 2 examples of the Wizards' defense on Ibaka. On this first play, Markieff Morris meets Ibaka as soon as he catches the ball and the result is a turnover. Scott Brooks said the Wizards want to meet Serge Ibaka at the catch, make him put the ball on the floor and live with the results. Here Markieff Morris does just that. Even though Ibaka got by him, a turnover was the result. pic.twitter.com/ff3dick52, Chase Hughes, at Chase Hughes RBC's, April 23, 2018. On this next play, Morris follows Ibaka all the way to the rim, and even though he goes up on a pump fake, Morris recovers to alter Ibaka's shot and force a miss. On this play Morris stayed with Ibaka the whole way and forced a miss. Again, made him put the ball on the floor. pic.twitter.com/quadsgo4d, Chase Hughes, at Chase Hughes RBC's, April 23, 2018. The Wizards, however, did get away with one against Ibaka. He was left wide open for a 3 in the final minute, but the shot rimmed out. As the first 2 plays demonstrate, Morris deserves a lot of credit for the Wizards' success against Ibaka. He has the size and mobility to keep up with him and is willing to use contact to his advantage. Just playing the tendencies, Morris said. We're making them do things they are uncomfortable with and are getting better results. Ibaka was 4th on the Raptors this season in points per game and 3rd in shot attempts. He is their 3rd option behind All-Star guards Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan. If the Wizards can continue to lock up Ibaka, it will be difficult for the Raptors to beat them. NBC Sports Washington is on Apple News. Favorite us. More from Wizards-Raptors series. Oubre is helping the Wizards win in many ways. Wall was dunking all over Raptors big men must-see moments from Game 4 win. On the latest episode of the Wizards Tip-Off podcast presented by Greenberg and Betterman, Chase Hughes and Chris Miller were joined by Julie Donaldson to break down the Wizards' wins in Games 3 and 4. Bradley Beal, Otto Porter and Marcin Gortat are back, and the Wizards are a different team because of it. Plus, how regaining their death row DC mentality has changed this series. You can listen to the episode right here. You can download the podcast on Apple Podcasts right here and on Google Play. If you like the show, please tell your friends. Last night's Washington Wizards comeback would not have happened had it not been for the team's blowout third quarter. Of course, you can say that literally about any quarter, but if you take away the third, the Toronto Raptors outscored Washington easily, 78-66. The Wizards won by 8, and this wasn't the first time we've seen a performance of this magnitude from this bunch. The Wizards scored 40 points in the third quarter. That's their biggest playoff quarter since last year when they went on a 26-0 run against the Celtics in Game 4. They scored 42 points then, also in the third. Chase Hughes, at Chase Hughes RBC's, April 23, 2018. In that frame alone in Game 4, the Wizards broke out to 40 points, the same amount they had in the first 2 quarters combined. As a team, they shot 65% and 83% from deep 5 for 6. By far that was their best offensive quarter of this series. Of course, Bradley Beal got his due, 12 points including 3 three-pointers, but for the first time this series, Otto Porter Jr. became a threat on the offensive end of the court. The 6'8" forward scored 10 of his 12 points, all of which came in a 26-14 run. First, he started with back-to-back three-pointers, both in the tail end of a transition, both a feed from John Wall. One came from the corner and the other came off of a screen that ended up being a close contest from Anunoby. Here come the Wizards. Otto nails one from downtown. Speaking of Anunoby, he was silent in that quarter for the Raptors. Granted, in the first half he was taken off the court after getting pinned under Marcin Gortat, but the Raptors guard played for 9 minutes and the only thing he recorded on the stat sheet was a foul. Serge Ibaka, who has also been a pain in the Wizards side, also disappeared. 1 rebound, 2 points from the free throw line, and 1 block was all that the 6'10" forward managed. With Porter on the court and producing, it pushed Ibaka to set up outside the paint, clearing the lane for Wall to generate movement on the offense. All this being said, Toronto actually didn't have a bad quarter. They shot 50% from the field and DeMar DeRozan had 14 points. But the Wizards were simply better. They outshot one of the best all-around offensive teams in the league. Rolling with the punches in transition, not passing up open looks, while dealing out 6 assists, that is the Wizards team that knocked off some of the top teams in the NBA this year. No one shot more than 5 times in the quarter and the team combined for 10 assists on the 15 made baskets. They erased a 14-point deficit and were tied at 80 heading into the fourth. If you look back to the last 40-point playoff quarter for Washington, there are many parallels. It was another series where the Wizards were down 0-2 to the Celtics. They were dealing with an offensive-driven team and the physicality became a prevalent story in the series. Had it not been for those 12 minutes of basketball, the Wizards would be down 3-1 and face an insurmountable climb to get back into their first-round series. Now they are at a fresh slate in a best-of-3 series. With all the momentum, Washington is just 2 wins away from getting back to the second round of the NBA playoffs. Hopefully, this time is a little different than the last. More from Wizards-Raptors series. Beal fouling out nearly changed the entire series. Oubre continues to step up must-see moments from Game 4 win.